Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a couple days. Uh, did get a few parts in for the blue 500. I don't know, we haven't really named this one yet, but Shocky boys are here. Did get a couple other things. We tried out to make sure they actually work before doing anything. We did get the new start switch. I just plugged it in to make sure everything worked because it was a little different from the original run. And we ran across a guy on Marketplace that had an actual handlebar. Here's the handlebar. Oh yeah, she painted blue. I had to add this guy on because like the other handlebar had that for the winch switch. That wasn't a big deal. Just cut off the other one and well done. She painted blue to try and match the rest of it. That was when I wasn't here, so nothing got filmed. But today we did get that switch in. I did try it. The switch works perfect. No problem. So I'm hoping these are the correct shocks. Did a lot of research to find these, and we got them. Because brand new set was going to be like $450, and we got these for like half the cost, and I think they're a little better of an upgrade from the stock. So let's open this up and find out. So you unwrap it to find two boxes. Each one of them is wrapped in more tape. So hopefully this is just easy. Just kind of untape them here. Oh, I gotta freaking. Let me get back to you guys. Alright, we got the tape off, so we'll open this up. Ooh, look at that. Look at these things. Oh. Look at that. Oh, baby. That looks nice. This is the upgrade for cheaper. Okay, so contents of this box is the different adapters for the different size hole. I know we have to replace them because I think we have a little smaller one on those. And the tools to actually adjust the coilover on these guys. I think we need to do a little bit of adjustment. But other than that, they actually look pretty good. We do have the other two over here for the other side. Boom, look at that. It's nice. Pretty. Same thing. Two tools and the sleeves. Which is nice. Well, crap. Got the shocks, but one little issue. Our bolt is too big for this hole. And the bushings they said that fit are shorter than the original ones that were in there. We gotta see if we can find, because they only sent 2 out of 4 holes. Let's see if we can find one more. Alright guys, so last night didn't go too well. We were recording and somebody told us we can't record in the store, so I totally just spaced it. But the one place we went to didn't have it. Now we're gonna go to another store to see if they have it, which I know they should have it because this is actually like a bolt and like hardware store. And looking on their website last night, looks like they have something to it for this stupid little sleeve. Hopefully. It's just, it's gonna be a nightmare trying to find something. And the shipper that shipped us these, he said there was 4 in each one. I only have 2, so I don't know what was on with that. So, alright guys, well that second store was a bust because they're moving shelves around, so they don't have any idea where anything is. I'm looking through still in the baskets. They're like, oh, we can't do that because it's messing us all up, screwing us up. Well, why do you have packages all in the baskets and stuff? But we're actually going to go to a nut and bolt supply. See if they have any. I called them. They said, bring it on down. We should match it up with something. So we'll check it out. All right, guys. So 2 stores later, and we figured out an idea. The guy I went to at the last place suggested to do like a nylon bushing inside because rotates, moves around a lot, so it'll be actually cheaper to replace if it ever wears out like it did on the stock ones. So replace them with the longer size sleeves, and then we take the nylon bushing and we slide that. If I can get it in here. There you go. Slide that in there. I gotta press it in there so it locks on. A couple little tabs can hold it in place. Put this in the shock, and it'd be easier. So then when the new one, if these bushings ever wear out, all they have to do is just push out that nylon and replace it before it gets to the steel and wears out the rubbers and all that stuff on the shocks, because these are yes and no cheap shocks that we got for this thing. So let's see if we can get this together. I gotta press out the old bushings on that one and put these new ones in. So let's see how far we can get with all these. So if anybody's wondering what we're doing, we're actually just pushing out this bushing guy right here. So what we're doing is we're taking a socket that's just a little bit bigger than the bushing itself, putting it in here. On this other side I got a little socket that's the size of just a smaller bushing that can slide right through the rubber. We're putting it in, lining everything up. Whoop. Pull it out, and there you go. That pulls out that little inside one, and when we put a new one in, I will show you how we do that because there's a tad little difference. Alright, with the ones that are going in, we're going to get a little lubricant on the rubber here so it's not a dry fit. We take the new one, get this as close as we can, get the holes there lined up. That was not. What the heck is going on with this one? It don't want to line up. There we go. And then we just kind of twist it back in until it stops, because I know these ones are a little longer. Bring that out. I don't know why I put my socket way over there, but we'll line that up with the hole in the bushing. And there you go. We are all done. So when that is done, we are looking like that. For the top one, it's pretty much the same concept, except for it's a little harder because I gotta hold the shock. These like lined up almost perfectly, because if you don't, it'll just destroy the rubber, which is not a good thing. You just press it in there. And we are good. Boop, boop, boop. I wish I actually had a vise or a press, because this would make this so much easier. But I don't. We gotta work with what we got. Get that right there in the square. I'm just gonna double check that. And we are all lined up. Look at that. Ta-da! Okay, we have these all done. Look at that. Bushings are in the bushings, steel's in. Got about right where we need them to be. Oh, I still gotta put the other window on. They are all done. Look at that. pretty. Those two are the first ones that we did. Just finished those. Now we gotta do the adjustment on the springs. I'm gonna take these knuckles all the way up to the top, so we can adjust the how it feels when we're riding a little bit. Just kind of adjust it, play around a little bit. Other than that, gotta install them. Now comes the fun part, installing them. Alright, so after getting those adjusted all the way up, these just basically go right back in the same spot that the old bolts went into, and then the bottom one will go right in there like that. It's kind of there. See? It's right there. I'll top of those in there. But first I'm going to get the top bolt in first, and then we'll worry about this bottom, and that way we don't have to hold it and all this other fun stuff. Ooh, that was fun. I actually had to use a ratchet strap and a prep. Let's try and get the bolt in at the same time. So, ratchet strap went across right here. Boop. Went down the anchor over there, so I could actually kind of pull it in while that pointing up and kind of ratcheting so I can get lined up with the hole. Once you get lined up with the hole with the pry bar, stick the bolt in, and it's done. Look at that. You guys can't really see that blue there. I'll show you what I mean when I do the other one. What a pain that one was. I'm hoping these back two ones aren't as hard. I haven't even looked at them yet. I know they're going to be a little much of a pain, but yes, a pain. Hey look, I got helping hands now. Woo! We're ready. Look at this pre-shock. Helper's back. Well, for the last two, I did the rest. Well, for now, we're gonna check diff oil while we have this still up in the air. Then we'll put the tires back on it. Alrighty, we got the shocks done. Had to do a little adjustment to them. The front ones, I don't know if you can see that, but had to bring them down about a half an inch on the fronts. Rears, we had to bring them down about an inch right there. But we're gonna see how it rides when we take it out with her on it and see if we need to adjust them. Alright guys, this is the next day. Back out working on this blue foil. I still haven't figured the name out for it yet. But did get the handlebars soft set up. They're not the bent ones that are previously here on the floor behind me. So what we gotta do is I gotta figure out on the grips that we have where the length is, so we can actually get a couple things done, like getting the starter switch. You gotta get a hole here drilled because that hole is in the wrong spot, unless you want the starter to sit like this, which isn't gonna happen. Get the winch line back up, get it reattached here, and then we're gonna work on this side because I think it's brakes, throttle, and then the handlebar, which we're still waiting on the throttle control box to show up. That'll probably be another day or so, and then this thing can all go back together. Because remember, we took all the plastics off, so most of the plastics are off. I still gotta fix a couple things like this stupid thing, and basically put everything back together. So what we need to do is, on this side, we got it all marked out right here, where the grip's gonna end, both sides. So with that, the start control and the kill switch and the horn, we're gonna have to drill a hole about right underneath there. This side we gotta put the brake on, and then the throttle control when we get it, and then the grip. So not too terribly bad, just easy to do. First I'm gonna get the brake on this side done so it's not in my way, and then we'll work on the rest as it comes. Just wait on that one freaking thing. Shows it's here, but it's not up for delivery yet, which is almost irritating. Shipping stuff to wait. Alright, well, we got the holes drilled. Wasn't that hard. There's the hole right there. So now we just gotta slide on the starter switch in that, screw it back together, and then put the grip on this side, and it's done. Already put the brake on the other side. Alright, waiting on throttle control, and then I'll figure out where it needs to go, just so it sits nice and easy, and then all that weird fun stuff. Well, let's get in there. If we get this done, I'm gonna start putting the plastics back on the front. Now we need to fix a couple things, like this roughness here where it landed. I know it's not gonna look pretty, but or perfect. Just kind of sand it down so it's not rough. We'll put some of these plastics back together. Alright. So there's the starter switch, and the kill switch, and the horn button, and whatever that green thing is. Oh, it's the starter switch. Start, kill, horn, all the headlights, that fun stuff. And the grip is on. Now we just got to run these wires down to the horn, and these to the ignition plugs, which are right here. Make sure we put this cover right here back on, cover them all up, and then that will be good to go. Hey guys, guess what? It's the next day, but guess what showed up in the mail? Look at that! The new controller versus this old one. Looks the exact same. I just gotta figure out what these two wires go to, because that wasn't on the thing. But let's get this one unplugged, this one plugged in, make sure everything works with four-wheel drive locks and switches, and then we'll get put on the bike and adjust it right. Well, we'll get it put on the bike, and then we'll make sure we get the throttle control in there. Alright guys, so putting this switch on, this new one that we got, for some reason this, looking at the instructions, has to be wired to a positive and a negative ground. Really? So it can control the four-wheel drive. So what we did is I just took this off the front of the casing, used the throttle that is on this one, so I went a couple steps ahead. Put it back on the old switches, which work perfectly, because if you turn this on, you can hear them working. So four-wheel drive all works off the old switches, so we'll have a couple spare switches, casings, whatever, in case something else happens. But now I got to get it started and running first. Well, first off, I gotta get this panel back on so I can get the dash back on, because it won't start without the dash for some weird freaking reason. It just won't start. But let's get that panel back on, and we'll see if it'll start if I can get the dash back on. Well, I got a little ahead of myself. Wasn't recording. Life of a vlogger. You know, you forget, you do a bunch of things. Anyway, I got the steering on this pretty straight. Basically put the bar straight. I figured out where the tires were going to sit. It looks weird as it is right now because it's jacked up, because I was doing some adjustments on the shocks again. Because the front ones need a little more downforce, so they don't bottom out, which sucks, because that's what happened when I just stood on it. It bottomed out. But we lowered them down like we did the back ones. Now we're going to see what it looks like before we go out and take it for a little stroll, see how everything handles. Whee! It's coming in. Hey, guess what? It is all back together. We did a few adjustments with her sitting on it with the shocks. So on the front we had to go back down another inch, half an inch, and the rear we went down another 3/4 of 1 inch, just to support Actually, ride's pretty good. A few other things we need to do it, but all in good time. Like, we need to replace the winch cable because it's all screwed up, and there's some plastics that need to be fixed. Kind of I temporarily fixed this a little bit. Just kind of melted some plastic into it. It'll work unless she hits a tree or something like that, or someone does a break. But anyway, other than that, that's all we got. That's done. Everything works though. Throttle's all set up where it needs to be, and the brakes are all set up. I probably need to bleed them, and we'll get brake pads for them probably later or something. It just stops pretty good though, so we'll see how it goes. We'll probably bleed them, and then other than that, but give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, subscribe it, leave us a comment below, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.